Alright, I'm glad I'm re-recording this the next day, because yesterday I was really tired, and I tried recording, and it was craziness coming out of my mouth. Anyway, so yesterday I went to finally go see Logan, and you know what? I really enjoyed it. I saw it as a pretty good end to these people playing their characters, mainly that. Yeah, like the fact that the movie was rated R, so you were able to see all the violence and bloodshed and Jesus. But yeah, so this movie, obviously you're following Logan, who's been hanging. Wow, I was about to be a Logan who's hanging low, and I was like, let's not go there. I'm not as tired as yesterday. But yeah, so you're following Logan. It's apparently 2049, I think you overhear, and some person on the radio say, it's like, it's 2049, there hasn't been a mutant since. And he's just driving like a freaking limo around to make money and all that shit to help out Professor X, who's, hid away I guess right off the border of Mexico. Okay, yeah, I thought this review was gonna get better. Anyway, so there's that. There's that. Of course, X-23 comes in. The backstory in the movie is okay. They were like, oh, there's no more mutants, so now we're gonna create mutants with all the mutant DNA that we have from our system from previous mutants, i.e. Logan, and put the DNA into these random Mexican women. I guess they actually said it in the movie, not random, but they put it in young Mexican women, and you create mutant babies to create your evil army, all that stuff. Of course, like I said, that's how X-23 came to be. You see a quick shot of a thing that says X-24, and you're like, I wonder what that is, I have to say, a lot of acne is starting to come in. Yeah, who has the face of a 13-year-old? There's a part where it's was it one of the mothers from, Orange is the New Black, and of course she dies, because with these stories that always happens, where it's just I'm trying to save this child, and I'll die within the first 30 minutes of the movie, of course. And on her phone, Logan learns the exposition, plot points and stuff, of what's going on and why this kid's important, all that shit. And it's her, with her phone, and she was just recording it in a medical supply closet, and she's the hospital supply closet, and she's like, what I'm about to show you, blah blah blah, what you see you can't unsee it kind of shit. And then you see her the phone kind of like this, and you see kids walk by and all that shit, But then that part was fine, but then some parts it makes me think of all the times, I watch a found footage movie, and you find yourself thinking why were you filming this, and how were you getting away with filming this, It's you're in this kind of top secret, I'm guessing, medical place, and blah blah blah, they're doing all these horrible things, and you just got your phone out, and it's just some of it's oh, look at this bloody, delivery room. Okay, I guess if no one's in there and you quickly swiped your, phone over to film it, fine. But there's, this other part where there is, a window, and you see, evil doctor guy and, Mexican nurse lady, and he's just there's no kissing boo-boos here. There's no calling them hun, and blah, blah, blah. And it's, the audio is pretty good. It's slightly muffled, It's at no, this bitch is just, recording, what was she, standing like this, just zooming in, you know what I mean, when it comes to stuff like that, like I said, I've watched a lot of found footage movies, you kind of go and it's all recorded on her phone and, edited, while she's saying shit, at one point, one part of the, motel room, and the other part, you see X-23, sleeping behind her, she's anyway, if you're seeing this, I'm dead, boop. It's on the phone, and it's ooh, okay. But yeah, a lot of parts in this movie, it kind of tugs at your heartstrings, one, to be Logan is now a dad, so instead of just being, rage machine, all that stuff, he has to take care of this kid. He also is obviously taking care of Charles Xavier, which gets super sad because, you know, like, it made me feel really sad because I'm like, oh, you know, Patrick Stewart is old. I don't want him to die. So it just made me just go, ooh, even more. And his character having, like, was it like like a, like some brain shit happening. And of course, with someone with such, like, the mind like his, you know, he has these seizures and it's just like, it fucks with everyone, you know, around. And the only person who can really handle it is Wolverine because it's the adamantium, like that kind of stuff, you know, he's able to, like, not be all frozen and shit like everyone else. And, god damn, like, oh man, you just see, like, Logan, you know, like I said, getting old, and he has to wear glasses, you know, like, he's not healing as well, there's something wrong with him. He's saying it's the adamant that they put in him, so that it has slowly been poisoning him, all that stuff. Get the character journey of... Anyway, yeah, so you see that the movie is a lot of, we have to get out these situations, shit keeps going wrong, we're having to get out of this situation, shit keeps going wrong, and our main goal is to take this little kid up to North Dakota to this place that she figured out would be Eden because her Uncanny X-Men comics told her, you know, and you know, you get to see the little girl fight, which was great, you know, she's just screaming her head off, you know, slicing dudes' heads off, you know, all that shit, just seeing her just fuck shit up, it was like, yeah, little girl, fuck some shit up, you know, like, at the end of the movie, we see a bunch of the kids, like, using their powers, and like, yeah, kids, fuck some shit up, fight the machine, you know, that kind of stuff, but yeah, like, there's that part where they're in, like, Oklahoma City, and they end up at, like, a casino area, and, you know, the, you know, bad guy with the, you know, neck tattoo shows up, and they're like, oh, we're gonna capture Charles Xavier, but he didn't take his freaking, like, medicine, so he had a seizure, and everyone is like, you know, he's like, I was trying to help you by not taking my medicine and having a fucking fucked up grand seizure, you know, that paralyzed this bunch of people. But before that, they're on, like, this highway, which I got confused at first, because it was just, like, truck containers just moving themselves, and again, I'm forgetting it's several years in the future, that there's, you know, fully functioning self-driving vehicles, especially stuff like, you know, big cargo trucks and stuff. So I was really confused at first, because I was like, is the film going in backwards? Because I was just like, I don't see, like, you know, the truck bed, the truck head, the part where the truck driver usually goes, that part, and then I was like, right, it's the future, yada yada. That causes, like, a minor accident, and then, like, the only black family you found in Oklahoma, you know, with Eric LaSalle as a dad, had horses, they, you know, pushed to get the horses back, and the family is like, we're super nice, thank you for helping us with our horses, come to our house to have dinner. And they're like, okay, yeah. And they're like, oh, you're a family? Like, hey, this is my kid, and this is my dad, Chuck. You know? And they go to the home, and it becomes that calm before the storm thing. You know? And it's like, you knew it was gonna happen, and you have that moment of, like, oh, in between all the running around and not dying and stuff, they're like, we get to see what a normal family is, you know, the black family. You know, they're happy, they're healthy, da-da-da, things are going well with them, they're able to cook this meal. Of course, like, they're praying before the meal to be like, thank you for this food, all that shit. And then later at night, they're all dead, you know, because of terrible circumstances of Logan and them being there, which is awful, you know. Which I felt so bad for that family. I really did. I felt so bad. I was like, oh my god, you were being so kind and welcoming to them, and you die. And a lot of times in movies, like, when that happens, you're just like, oh, they're gonna die. Like, you this one, of course, again, you see it from afar, but at the same time, like, it just, I think just, they quickly kind of, like, I guess, not develop, but they quickly kind of, like, made you love the family, you know, where, like, the loss, and also the way how they died, you know, is also so tragic that you're just like, fuck, man. You know, the fact that, like, you know, the son is like, I'm just like doing homework or whatever the fuck, and the mom is like, you know, she's in her nightgown, she's probably like reading a book or something, you know, and they die, you know, and it's so horrible, and the dad was just trying to be a good dad and making sure the water pump, you know, was like working for them and stuff, and then he dies, and it's like, God, that's so awful. And the fact that, you know, like, of course I'm going into spoilers, but you know, like Charles Xavier dies, but not because of the brain thing. It's because X-24, you know, no surprise, is a Logan fucking clone, shows up and just goes, and like, when I saw that, I knew it had, like, I was like, there has to be like a clone thing happening. I haven't, with a lot of X-Men, my knowledge of X-Men had stopped, like, in the 90s. So a lot of the current stuff, or what stuff that happened with the old man Logan story, I'm just kind of like, okay, kind of. So I knew it had to be, like, some kind of clone thing, because there's no way that Logan would go rogue. Oh, funny, Rogue is in the X-Men. And kill Xavier, of course. Because I also like to obviously differentiate between Logan and X-24, sorry. X-24 is what Hugh Jackman just looks like now, you know, it's just like, oh, the buzzed hair, just a little bit of beard, you know, not so wrinkly and gray, which I have to say the makeup for that's really good, because they really aged, like, Hugh Jackman a lot. You know, like, they had all the scars and, like, the throbbing vein stuff happening, and all, like, the deep wrinkles, and, like, the bags under his eyes and all that shit, like, that was some good stuff, you know. But yeah, the way how Xavier went, it was just like so heartbreaking, you know. And then it was also awful when like Logan comes back and he like sees him and he's still like, you know, kind of alive, and he goes, oh my god, you know, he's like, I'm sorry, that wasn't me, please don't think it was me. And you're just like, oh god, you know, that just got me so like, you know, when I was watching it. Oh man, and then the albino guy fucking sacrifices himself, and neck tattoo guy doesn't die, he just gets blown out of that fucking truck, and so he shows up. Oh god, some idiot behind me was like, he survived! I'm like, yeah, I fucking see his neck tattoo, like, mech hand, you know, walking around, yeah, you know? And then the part where Logan was fighting X-24, it just made me think of, like, in a video game, like, where you have to fight, like, yourself kind of stuff. Like, was it Nega Scott and fucking Scott Pilgrim? Like, that kind of shit. Yeah. Oh my god. And then, like, towards, like, at the end where the bad people are, like, chasing after the kids, the one part where, like, of course they have to, like, show like the big old chubby like black kid who's running, and he was running, but people in the audience were like laughing because it's like his chubby self just running, and like you get these big like, you know, like military guys just running after him, and people were just seeing him because he's fat. I don't know. I felt sympathetic towards it because, you know, fat kid. I know how it is to be running and then, you know, just not getting very far. And you know, I felt so bad. I was like, oh god, run, fat kid, run, run! I know it is to be that fat kid. I'm that fat kid, you know. It's like, run! Oh my god. And, yeah, that part, like, that was really cool to see, like, the kids work together and just be, like, burying, like, the fucking neck tattoo guy, you know, just, like, it's funny, though, because at one point, you know, the camera guy was just, like, laying on the ground and shooting up at the kids, and they were, of course, they were, you know, well, I didn't post, and it was just funny, because at one point, you're just seeing some of the kids' faces, and just going, they're just, like, making faces at the camera, and I'm like, is that part of your powers? Because some of them, you know, they have their hands out and they're like, and others just like doing that, and I just found that kind of funny. Oh man, but yeah, with the R rating, like when someone gets their head sliced off, like you see the head being sliced off, you're seeing like, you know, it's not like the other X-Men movies where you see like it goes in. You know what I mean? It's just, and then it's like, comes out and just the body drops, so you don't really see anything. You just see a lot, and bodies just drop, you don't see any of the blood, but here, like, you'll see it just, you know, like, you see the carnage, you know, and it wasn't just kind of like gratuitous violence, but it sent a message, and it was very, you know, informative about how violent the world is becoming, you know, like that kind of stuff. Actually, you know, like I said, I did enjoy it, and of course, like, you know, no surprise that Logan, you know, like, again, you knew that he's like, all right, I'm not playing Wolverine anymore. You knew they were gonna kill him off, and again, that's the storyline of Old Man Logan. Again, I don't know that storyline that well, but I knew that was the end result kind of stuff. Anyway, yeah, you knew he was gonna pass, and the like, you know, the whole point pretty much is to make sure that those kids are fine and safe, and they get to go and, you know, like, find Eden and stuff. And is that my laundry basket in the back? Yes, yes it is. Like, it's back there. Okay, just might want to just turn the camera. There you go. You still see the laundry basket. I barely moved it. Okay, but yeah, you know, like I said, the importance is, like, you saved the kids and blah blah blah, you know. And in the end, when, like, they put the sticks that make, like, a cross on his grave, and X-23 takes it and, like, makes an X, and I knew she was gonna do that because I feel like something's not done. And then, you know, the movie just, like, they walk off. I'm glad it wasn't one of those, like, they walk off into the sunset kind of stuff. I love that they were still just, like, the lighting was behind, and they're just walking towards the horizon, you know, but it wasn't one of those, like, off into the sunset, big triumphant music. It was more just, like, sad, somber music, walk away, black, Logan, you know, like, I like that he did that. But yeah, you know, like I said, I'm late on this, so most people have already seen it. You know, hopefully I can get some time and go see the King Kong movie, but there should be fuck off snow happening, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to see that. Yeah, I think Power Rangers is coming out soon. I know Paul is interested in it, but he also, if it's not done right, there's going to be some rage with him. But yeah, for trailers, like, right before the movie, the Deadpool thing played, but you know, like, internet, I knew that was gonna happen. Got a bunch of Red Band trailers. I think we got one for that movie Life, and it was Red Band because you get to see the guy's, like, finger get, like, all that stuff. Because in the trailer you see it's like, oh, this I caught my hand, you know, like, all that stuff. But and it's funny because it's like they showed that trailer, and then a couple of trailers after that they showed the Alien Covenant trailer. So it's like, I don't need to go see this one because I got another Alien movie coming out, you know? I can't wait for that one. I'm not sure. Was that a Red Band trailer? No, I don't think that was. But, oh god, that vibrated right on my thigh. Yeah, I forgot what other thing was a Red Band trailer, and I remember being like, alright? I don't know. Some other fucking shit. There weren't any, like, trailers where I was just like, I'm looking for... Oh! There was the Fast and Furious movie, or The Fate of the Furious, which the moment the trailer ended and it shows, like, the title Fate of the Furious instead of the Fast and Furious, you know, no Fast or, you know, Furious altogether, just Fate of the Furious, this dude in the theater was cracking up so loud. And I was just like, which made my mom laugh, because he had a very contagious laugh, and I just sat there thinking, like, oh my god, this is my friends and I. But if there was, like, no one else in the theater, it was still pretty packed. We know to, like, dial it back when there's other people around. God, what else was there? There was some other trailers. Again, like, nothing, like, again, nothing that I haven't spoken about. I think they did show the one for Guardians too, but, yeah, I fucking know that's coming up. Did they show Wonder Woman? No, I don't think they did. Anyway, yeah, so trailers and stuff happen, because, you know, they do. But anyway, I very much enjoyed Logan. Very good end to all this. 17 years, vibrating on my thigh. 17 years, you know, playing Logan. The fact that the first X-Men movie came out when I was, like, what, like, 14? 15? Something like that? Yeah, because it came out in 2000, so I was, like, 14. just making that sound. And now I'm 30, so it's like, oh my god, it's been a while. And I actually told one of my like colleagues today, I was like, yeah, you know, it's been 17 years. And she's like, what do you mean it's been 17 years? I was like, yeah, dude, X-Men came out in 2000. And she just loudly goes, oh, shut the fuck up. Just like realizing our age. I was like, bitch, you just turned 30 as well, alright? So we in the same boat, alright? About feeling old and shit, you know? But anyway, Logan. I'm finally finished eating this pizza that's in front of me that you can't see, and see who the hell's texting me. It's vibrating off my leg. Alright.